Welcome, everyone. We're going to begin the webinar on corrosion protection. Credit toward ICAR knowledge areas can be awarded by completing the class and following the instructions at the end of the presentation. I'm Melissa Joels with RDA Impact. Dennis Beardsley, North American Training Manager for Saint-Gobain, is your presenter today. Presentation will take approximately 15 minutes. At the end of the presentation, we will send you a test, which you will need to complete and email back to Dennis with your ICAR information. We will include instructions. We are recording the presentation and we will make it available to everyone in attendance today. If you do have questions, you can type them in the chat box at the bottom right of your screen and they will be answered during the presentation. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Dennis.
Thanks, Melissa, and thanks everyone that's watching. I'm really excited to talk about corrosion protection, and our different aerosols that we work with corrosion protection. So let's just dive into it. All right. So we're going to talk about cavity wax, and then we're going to talk about eco protection. All right. Why use cavity wax, right? So I have a panel right here, or a tube that's clear, and I did this about 2-3 weeks ago. And you'll notice it's, well, you have to take my word for it. It's waxy, but it's dry. Our material is amber in coating, and when you spray it on black eco, you can actually pick it up with that amber look, right? What it does is it provides corrosion protection on new parts and on areas where it's been welded and you've epoxied it, and you want to have that extra protection on there, and again on new parts. All right. And the cool thing is that our cavity wax will wick into it, so it does have a little movement to it before it dries down. It's pretty cool. All right. So give you an idea here. All right. Of course, corrosion protection. Shoot. Here, yesterday it snowed over 20 inches here. Plenty of calcium chloride, salt going on these vehicles. So you want to make sure you protect the vehicles from that corrosion protection. That's what the cavity wax is going to do. So we have 2 ways to put it on. All right. So if it was a new part that's been painted, of course, we're going to shake this can for 2 minutes. Already did. All right. And you're going to spray that area with a real good coating of it. Hold it upside down and clear it, and you're good to go, right, to clear it out. On areas where you can't reach, you're going to use this 360-degree wand right here. I love this wand. I'll tell you why. This thing can be manipulated and it will stay to that contour. So let's say you're going into a quarter panel area and it goes up into a sail panel. You can bend and manipulate the wand so it goes up in there and then out. You'll notice there's a piece of tape almost toward the end. That's for me. So as I'm spraying the cavity wax, as it comes out, right, I'll see that orange and I'll depress the trigger to make sure I don't get the cavity wax in my face. So that's why I put the tape there, so I don't get to wear it. All right. So this wand here, as I mentioned, is a 360-degree wand. It's also, you can clean it. So it's not a one-time deal. You can clean it. I've had this thing for 4 years or so here at the training center. Just clean it with some thinner, give it a quick wipe, and you're back at it. And I'll show you that after we get done. All right. So other things, it has, as I said, it wicks or great crevice penetration, and it dries with a slight tack, but it does dry, so it's not gooey. All right. And the smell doesn't hang out either. It doesn't have a heavy smell to it after it's dried down. So I got a quick video you can watch on there.
applying Revive by RSG Cavity Wax. As always, proper safety equipment should be utilized. Before applying cavity wax, be sure to protect any adjacent exposed areas to protect from overspray. Shake the cavity wax vigorously for at least 1 minute prior to application. Ensure access to the areas requiring cavity wax application through drain holes or plugs prior to spraying the material. Depress the nozzle while keeping the can 12 inches away from the work area. Move the can horizontally, spraying thin and even coats completely saturating the part. For enclosed areas, use the wand applicator. Depress the nozzle while slowly pulling the wand through the enclosed area. After applying the cavity wax, thoroughly clean the wand and tip with Revive by RSG Spray Gun Cleaner. Invert the can and spray aerosol to ensure the nozzle is clean so it performs properly with next use. Wipe any excess product from the drain holes and plugs on the vehicle. Standard operating procedures.
Okay, so where am I going to put it, right? Well, pretty much everywhere, right? As you can see there internally, upper, lower frame, A, B, C pillars, rocker panels, sectioning areas, externally, hood, fender, doors, quarters, trunk lids, rear body panels, all right? And after they're painted, right, the OEMs are gonna want you to put cavity wax down on the vehicle. All right. So we're gonna use 1.5 cans to 2 cans a week of cavity wax per tech in the shop. Okay, so 1.5 cans to 2 per week to give you a good idea of what you're looking for. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you right here, and that should be good, right, Melissa? Okay,
Yes.
excellent, thank you. All right. Now I see where the orange tape is, so I gotta go, whoa, I gotta let off right here, okay? And I'm gonna let that flash, all right? We're gonna do a cooking show, right? And we're gonna twist it about a 1/4 turn, all right? And we're gonna imagine it's 5 minutes later, like the cooking shows, right? And we're gonna put it in. So now we're done with that. Now we need to clean the work area. Okay? Pop that top off. Grab a little thinner. Okay. Put it down the pipe there. Want it to be clear. Okay. And then we're back in business. Just validate it, make sure it's good to go. Kind of treat it like a spray gun, right? Just give it a good clean, because we're going to be using this for years ago, right? Excellent. So that's cavity wax. Love this subject. Put that back together. So the next thing I wanted to talk about are E-coats, right? So with E-coats, let's get that camera up. There we go. So with E-coats, we want colorants, corrosion protection, all right? We want to, when we say colorants, we want to match that color that's on that panel. So for instance, if it's a blackie coated fender and it needs to be, well, I got this field draft color right here, right? That's the color I'm looking for. So that's what I need to match it, right? So if I have a radiator support or a rear body panel where there's some bare metal, this is gonna go directly to it, not a problem. So, and it's compatible with solvent and waterborne paint, whatever, whatever top it is. So I'm right-handed, right? So this is our eco. Nice, wide pattern, really good hiding. Clear out the bottom there. Okay. And what we want to do is match that colorance, right? And it has that corrosion protection to it. Okay. And I got a quick video on this.
Video reviews the steps to apply the Revive by RSG aerosol e-coat. As always, proper safety equipment should be utilized. For best results, clean the panel by using wax and grease remover. Ensure all rust and oxidation is removed from the area by sanding, finishing with P320 grit. Use Norton Beartex Thin Flex Maroon Scuff Pads to abrade hard-to-reach areas and edges. Shake the aerosol can for at least 2 minutes before use. Before applying the Revive by RSG e-coat, ensure it's at room temperature. Apply 1-2 coats at a distance of approximately 10 inches from the surface, allowing 10 minutes flash time between coats. Galvanized surfaces must be edge primed prior to top coating with e-coat. Apply 1 to 2 light and even coats of Revive by RSG Acid Edge Primer, allowing 30 minutes drying time before applying Revive by RSG e-coat. To maximize the lifespan of your aerosol, always invert the can and spray upside down for a few seconds after each use to clear the nozzle. If the nozzle becomes blocked, remove it from the can and soak it in gentle thinners. For long-term storage, keep it in a dry and well-ventilated area and away from direct sunlight and frost. The recommended storage temperature is 41 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and the recommended application temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the standard operating procedure for masking. As always, proper safety equipment.
Come on now. So we have all of our videos available to you too. And actually, this is available to you also. We have all of our product that we just talked about, corrosion protection. If you scan the QR code, it'll jump you right to our videos. So if you wanted to see that again, Melissa has a copy of the SOPs that you're welcome to have. All right. Is the estimator aware of the amount of cavity wax used, right, in the e-coated products? All right, I want to make sure that we not only put it on the vehicle, but of course, write the appropriate amount. All right. 2 cans per week per tech. All right. And the key takeaways is cavity wax, new parts, and parts that have been welded on, of course. And it's OEM approved with Honda and Ford. And of course, with the e-coats systems. And there we have it. Is there any questions?
I don't see any. But you were very thorough, so I think everybody should be good. Yeah, and as we said, we're going to follow up. We'll send you all the paperwork with instructions, and of course Dennis's contact information.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll also send a copy of this presentation as well, and the recording when we get it uploaded.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, Dennis, we really appreciate your time. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you taking time out today, and we'll be in touch with upcoming training opportunities. Take care. Thank you.